A 50% plus yield sounds incredible, but what if the numbers underneath tell a completely different story? This fund paid massive income for a year, but did it actually make money? High yield is easy to sell, but hard to keep. Let's see what really happened. 1 year later, did CHPY actually deliver or quietly destroy returns? If you chased this yield a year ago, here's what your money looks like today. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Simply Money. Today we're doing the usual all-in scenario, and we're doing this with no projections, no marketing, no guessing. We're looking at what actually happened with CHPY. It came in with a headline that gets attention: high income, consistent payouts, and the promise of turning your portfolio into a cash machine. But here's the problem. Most investors stop at yield. They don't ask what's happening to the principal, their total return, or how those distributions are really being generated. So instead of debating options, I ran the numbers. We're going to walk through a full 1 year backtest, what it paid, what happened to the share price, and what your portfolio actually looks like today under different strategies: full drip, partial drip, or taking the income. Because the real question isn't what CHPY pays, it's what CHPY actually does to your money. So let's dive into the data. Don't forget to stick around to the end, because the difference between income and total return in this one is not what most people were expecting. Here's our sheet that we use for those that are new to the channel. Thank you for joining us here on Simply Money. This is our all-in scenario. It was a series started probably about 6 months ago by request. Somebody asked me to do this on one fund, and then I've had lots of requests for different funds. And so we've stuck with the same amount that was initially asked. They said, hey, what would have happened if you had taken your income portion of your portfolio and put it all in on this one fund? So I did that scenario. I did that spreadsheet for them, and it was very popular, and a lot of people wanted to see that with different funds. I do have some people that say, why do you do $525,000 on these? It's because we did it on the first one, and I want people to be able to go through the different videos of the tickers they want to see, and they can really compare. Even though percentages are the same, whether I use $50 or $500,000, I want them to see the numbers and comparing those apples to apples that way. You can come in on this sheet. If you'd like a copy of this, you can get a copy down in the description below at Buy Me a Coffee. All of our sheets are available there. This is the CHPY, the CHPY drip, CHPY drip sheet. On this, you can change the date of when you buy. So I went from back in the first dividend was paid, came in inception early in April of 2025. First dividend didn't get paid out for a couple weeks. So I started on the first distribution. The share price at the time of that was $44.28 per share. It's a weekly paying fund, and with our portfolio balance we're using in this scenario is $525,000, we could get 11,856 shares. Just real quick, you could change that to 50,000 if you wanted. It updates everything for you. But like I said, to keep it consistent with the other videos in the series, we're sticking with the 525. What we're going to do is we're going to look at these three scenarios first, of what happens month over month, week over week with this distribution, and doing a full drip where we get the distribution and we just simply buy more shares. And then we're going to do it with what if we take half of the distribution for income and reinvest the other half. And then the third scenario here is what if we just take the income from the beginning and we don't reinvest anything? How would it have done? With that, we'll start down here by just going through the share price, because a lot of these high-yielding ETFs, we watch the share price just go down, down, down. They hardly ever have upticks. Sometimes they'll have a small little uptick, but they never seem to get any momentum. That has not been the case. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. What are your thoughts right here with CHPY on the share price? How is this one done for you if you own it or looking at it? What do you think about this? A high-yielding ETF that's gone from $44.28. Look at this. We went up, just kept climbing up through May, June, July. Had a little bit of a dip in August. But then that's where people start thinking, oh, see, it's going to start decaying. But it followed its underlying and it was able to recover and get that upside. And look at that, got up to 59, then went down a little bit. Again, when the market went down, it followed. And this one has been tracking its underlying very well. When it goes down, this fund goes down. But when it goes back up, the fund follows it. As you can see, we got up here to right at 60, almost $61 back in February. And now we're in March of 2026. If you have a pulse and you've been watching it all, you know that things in March have gone really sour in the market. That's okay. No, I'm not panicking, and I don't think you should either. That's how the market works. And it's down to $56.46 right now. If you look at that from the beginning till now, it is up 27.5%. That is just share price. That is not counting your return with dividends. That is the share price alone going up almost 28%, 27.5%. Now let's go over here. With that having a high share price increase, even now in this downturn, I mean, it went from its high of 60, it's down to 56. Even with that downturn, it's still up 27%. So how have the distributions been? Have they been consistent? Have they begun to drop? Did they increase? Well, it started out at 36 cents, 34 cents. Had a nice one here at 62 cents. You can see it's been pretty consistent in the 30s and then low 40 cents here for a while. We come down here into the summertime and early fall. Again, still riding in the upper 30s for the most part and low 40s. Come down here through the fall. It got up, it started being into the 40-cent range, hit 57 cents, and it kind of maintained that. Had a few times it dipped back down here, 39 cents, 37 cents, but then back again up into the 50-cent range. And our latest one, because the price is down significantly, is 38 cents. But what I want you to look at, and this is new for those who have watched this before, I added this column L on this. This is the current yield, is based on this distribution against its current price. And so we have the current yield for each of those, and you can see that it's been pretty much right in the 40% range. Had sometimes like that 62 cent, it was up quite a bit. Other times it's down, but it's been pretty consistent right in this 40-45% range, which has given us on average, you can see right here, 40% yield. On top of this, share price growth. So this fund has really, really done well. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with its total performance in 1 year. Now again, 1 year is not a lot of time. You're going to have to take that in consideration. We don't have 10 years, hasn't been through a full recession or bear market, hasn't really been through a full bull market. We don't know what it's going to do long term. We don't know what semiconductors are going to do long term, but I am still very bullish on this fund. I'm very pleased with how this fund has done for me, and I didn't get into it until I think it was around September or October, so my price starting out was in the 55 range, 54 range, compared to if you bought in during inception. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to get an inception on these high yielders because they usually start high and then drop. Has not been the case for CHPY. All right, so here's how it would look. With the full drip, you get your distribution based on the number of shares you had to start with. Your first payment would be $4,300. But then you're buying more shares, so you're adding those shares right here in this column, and the accumulation of shares is going up. Because the share price is going up, you're getting more shares, you're getting higher distributions week over week. Again, remember, this is $4,300 a week. This isn't a monthly payer. You're getting that every week. So that is a nice monthly income. As we come down here to the end, as you can see the last, let's look at March, things are down. And look at that, you're getting $7,800, $7,700, $7,400, and $6,600 a week on this, while you're growing your portfolio because your balance over there is still going up. And this is all just adding into your portfolio balance. And that's what full drip here. You're buying more shares, and we got to 17,291 shares. So we added 5,400 shares by dripping for 1 year. And our balance doing that would go from the 525. You can see it's just ballooned as that share price has gone up. You've added more shares. Look at that. You hit $1 million. You've doubled your portfolio in less than a year. And now it has come down some because of the market. But I tell you what, if I had bought in this in April and held this for just at a year now, I don't know about you, I'd be extremely happy with this outcome if I'd just been dripping and then looking at that saying, okay, I can turn drip off now and I'm getting $6,000 a month or a week, $6,000, $7,000 a week. And my portfolio has grown $450,000. I've basically doubled my portfolio. If we had done this just 3 weeks ago, we would have been over $1 million. And for people saying, oh, that's too much, I can't do that. Let's just do the 50,000, see where you'd be at. Full drip, you'd have been at almost, you'd hit $100,000 almost, you'd be at $93,000. And you'd be getting $600, $700 a week off of a $50,000 investment. That is incredible. Let's just go back to what we were doing, 525. Now with our 50% drip, and this one's for Scott Mobley. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate you, and I love your humor. Keep it up. You're my number one fan right now, so you get a shout out today. But this is for you. This is 50% drip. What this column represents is you're getting half of the amount, which we're showing here, and buying more shares. And you're also getting the same amount. So just imagine whatever's here in this column, you're getting that amount 2 times. 50% for reinvesting and 50% for income. So I show you, if you want to people say, why don't you put 2 columns? I could do that. Or why don't you put the full amount and then just say you get half of it for this or that? I put it this way because some people want to look and say, okay, how much is my income on a 50% drip? And they can just look right here. They don't have to do any math. It's done for them. There's so many different ways we could do this, and no one way is going to make everyone happy. So since I am the one doing this, guess what? This is the way I'm doing it for now. Unless I get enough complaints saying this is too confusing, then I'll change it. So anyways, half of this distribution is going to buy more shares, and we show that accumulation over here in column H. And then you still get this amount for income. Let's see what happens here. We come down. At the end of the year, you would be getting right at almost $3,000 the last week. In the weeks before, you were getting $3,300, $3,200 each week for income, and you were getting that amount to go ahead and buy more shares. Think about this. Look at this carefully. 1 year later, you're dripping half of it. You've added 2,400, almost 2,500 shares. You've received $137,000 of income off of a $500,000 portfolio. Your value has gone from $525, your portfolio balance, up to $808,000. Let's stop and think about that for a minute. I invest $500,000. For 1 year, I collect $137,000 of income to spend, to live on. And I also get a $283,000 increase in my portfolio balance. That is pretty incredible. That is the 50% drip. Now, 0 drip. For those who say, okay, I'm going to put this amount in, I'm going to take the income, and I'm not buying any more shares. This number of shares right here, 11,856, that's what I have. That's what I'm keeping. I'm not selling. I'm not buying. I'm just taking the income. Week 1, 4,300. Week 2, 4,000. Week 3, 7,300. As we come down, you can see that it's pretty much been in the $4,000 to $5,000 range every week. Come down here, we had few bigger ones, 6,800. Again, back into the mid $5,000s and $4,000 range. Came back up here in February into the $6,000 range. Now that we're in March, you're taking income week over week after week. The market's down. People are like, well, these income portfolios, they can't generate enough income and you're going to get a pay cut when the market's down. And it could be, if this goes on for 2 years, we don't know how this is going to pan out over 2 years if this stays down and keeps dropping. But what we do see is even in this downturn, you're still getting $5,500, $5,400, $5,200, $4,500 each and every week. For 1 year, you invested $525,000. You had $250,000 of income. Basically got half of your money back in income. And look here, your portfolio still grew $144,000. That's a pretty nice return on investment for 1 year. How would that work over 10 years? We don't know yet. We have 1 year of data, and this is it. What are your thoughts there? All right, this is our total return with full drip. We had an 86% total return. You take your initial balance and you add in all these distributions, bought more shares. Your ending balance is up $451,000. That's an 86% gain. Now, this is unrealized gain because it's sitting in there. You haven't sold it. You haven't taken any income. It's just sitting there. But your portfolio has had a 86% gain with full drip. With 50% drip, your portfolio is up almost $284,000, and you received $137,000 in cash. That's a $421,000 of gain, some realized from income, some unrealized just from portfolio balance, for a gain of 80%. No drip, taking income. Look at this, $144,000 gain, which is 27% gain in your portfolio balance in 1 year, and $250,000 in cash. That's almost $400,000 of increase between income and portfolio balance for a 75% return on that 1 year. That is incredible. Whether you dripped or did not drip, CHPY has been a powerhouse. Do you like CHPY? What are your thoughts on it? All right, now we're going to move over here to a couple scenarios we have. This is usually used on a lot of these sheets saying, I want to drip 40% or 20% instead of the full drip, no drip, or 50%. You can fine tune it here for yourself. With this one, we're not going to really look at this because all scenarios turned out positive. But for some of the funds we do this, maybe you have to drip 80% in order to keep your balance, and you want to see, what do I need to do to maintain my balance and what kind of income would it produce? With this one, we don't have to do that. But I do want to bring you over here to this one. I'm going to highlight that again like it's supposed to be. This one here I like because you can put a dollar amount in. This is the amount we're going to keep out regardless of percentage. And that way we can say, okay, I need $4,000 a week. What would the portfolio look like if I took out that amount? And it doesn't matter what the distribution is. I'm taking that amount. And if it's really low, then I'm just reinvesting the rest. So with the $4,000 a week of income on this portfolio for 1 year, and see the amount that is reinvested here. So the first couple weeks, there wasn't a lot reinvested because you took most of it with the $4,000. But here on this third week, you're almost reinvesting as much because you got that $7,000, almost $8,000 distribution. You keep the $4,000 out for income. You're buying more shares. It's giving you slight increases of share count. As you come down, you can see we've taken $4,000 a week. That's almost $200,000 a year. And we've reinvested $107,000. Our portfolio is up $283,000 because we've added 2,400 more shares. We have share price increase. Those are just, to me, a win-win. And I like this calculator because this helps people say, okay, well, I need this much money. Just another way to play with this chart and see what it could do for you if you wanted to invest a certain amount and play with different numbers. I'm doing the all-in. I have other videos if you want to check those out on the playlist with different tickers that do this. And I also have a playlist where I'm showing combinations of different funds. So like maybe you have 10% in CHPY and 25% in SCHD and 20% in QQQI. What would it look like? What's your income? And you can play with that. I have a really dynamic spreadsheet that does that for you. You can check out those on the videos on the channel. I do appreciate you joining me. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to give me a shout out if you have questions or there's a ticker you want to see us do a video on. I try to put those on a list and keep up with them the best I can. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time on Simply Money.